Hello everyone, this is Chase from Chaser Guides, starting World 8 in Super Mario Bros. For the NES. The stage is very long and has a very short time limit, so I'd recommend rushing through it. This pit right here with the Buzzy Beetle in between these two pipes contains a secret life right there in that block. That only appears if you get all the coins in 7-3 or warp here from the 4-2 Warp Zone 2 World 8. This pipe right here, right before the 2-coin set, leads to a coin bonus room. There's a multi-coin block right here. Don't spend too much time in here because of the strict time limit. Defeat that paratrooper to make this part easier. The fifth block from the right contains a hidden coin block under it, and the block itself contains multiple coins. Defeat the paratroopers, and then, if you have firepower, and then you can just run all the way across. This third block right here contains a star, and if you destroy the fourth block, it can fall right into you. This is a long straightaway of just running through enemies, and I love the star because of that. It's my favorite star in the game. Coming up is a little tricky jump, but just use your momentum to your advantage. Not that, right here. But it's not too hard. Running low in time, but it matters not because we're near the end of the stage. Staircase is a little tricky, but it's fine. That stage is a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's not hard. Moving on to World 8-2, the hardest stage in the world, in my opinion. Not to say the other stages are easy, but that's beside the point. There's paratroopers to start off with, and Lakitu. Lakitu doesn't last long, and this is the last time we'll see him, so don't worry too much about him. He goes away pretty quickly. If you kill him especially, you're done with him. Get those coins if you'd like. There's a one-up right here that's consistent and always is around. You can break that block right next to it, and it'll fall into you, so you don't have to chase it, but it's chasing it's not too hard. Get this life every time you die, so you don't get a game over. I'd recommend that, because it's always there. Get on top of these. The block on the right of this two set contains a power-up. Scroll the twin cannon off screen so you don't have to worry about the one on the left. And then collect the power-up if you need it. Get a running start off those blocks, and then right here in this block, right here is a multi-coin block. It's not worth it in the slightest, I'm not going for it, but the block I'm standing on is a multi-coin block. I just want to make note of it. I'm having a lot of close calls because I'm being impatient. I'm sorry about that. But these stages aren't exactly lenient on time. This is a tricky and very weird section, but basically the easiest way I've found to do this is stand on the left edge, face the right, hold the run button, and then you do that. And jump at the end. This pipe right here contains a coin bonus room, so take part in that if you'd like. Fortunately, I screwed it up. It's okay. Mistakes happen, especially with World 8. Mind the bullet bill cannon. Use it as a platform. We're close to the end of the level, by the way. Then staircase is right here. And congratulations, you just beat 8-2. We're going to the castle's outside walls, the defense force, basically. There's lots of hammer bros and lots of bullet bill cannons. Let's go. This is so fun. 8-3. This is your last chance for power-ups as well, as there's no power-ups in the final castle stage. So definitely make use of that. There's 2 power-ups in the stage, and I'll tell you where they are. Right here are hammer bros. Defeat them with the blocks if you need to, but I'd recommend firepower if you have it. The second block from the right on the top section contains a power-up, so get that if you need it. Like I said, this is your last chance. Let that scroll off screen so I don't have to deal with it. Right here is the next set of hammer bros. Use the blocks to your advantage once again. Or just throw fireballs at them if you have the opportunity. This is also the last chance for the last power-up in the game. Right here. Second block from the left on the top section contains a power-up. so use that to your advantage. Kick the Koopa shell and run if you want to try to take out Hammer Bros, but I wouldn't recommend that because it can rebound and the firepower is much better. Otherwise, I'd recommend just getting running start and jumping before you get to them, and usually you'll go over them without taking damage if you don't have firepower. But if you have firepower, definitely take your time and just use that. There's a secret multi-coin block right here, and that's the last Hammer Bro, by the way. I love the secret coin block, by the way. This end staircase is probably the hardest in the game, but it's not that bad. And congratulations, you've just beaten 8-3. We're going to 8-4, and hopefully nothing screws up, because this is the castle of the real Bowser. By the way, this is somewhat of a maze, but not a maze as like two of the other castles were. It's like a pipe maze, but I know the correct path, and I'll tell you where it is. I think some of these pipes lead back to the beginning. Just note, don't take the first or second pipe, just don't take them at all. Get on this little platform in the lava pit, and after these stone blocks that are floating in mid-air, there's a pipe right here. That's the one that leads onward. The next pipe is very obvious, but I'm still going to be very descriptive on which one you need to go into. I believe it's the 5th pipe in the section. If I'm mistaken, that's not a big deal, but like I said, it's very distinct. It's the one floating in mid-air, right here. Hit that for a hidden coin block and get up here, and this is the next pipe you need to go into. This section's cheap because you can get unfair damage from cheap-cheeps, unfortunately. Fortunately, they don't last long. In the first pipe after the lava pit, the cheap-cheep stop, and this is the next pipe you want to go into. It leads to an underwater section, and it does play the water music. By the way, shoot fireballs if you have them, and you'll destroy an invisible piranha plant. That can hurt you, by the way, so be careful of that. I think it's a glitch because it's like an NES limitation. The piranha plant can't show underwater in the NES version, but it's still visible because nearly all pipes have them at this point. Anyway, just be very careful with the fire bars. They can hurt you even though you're underwater. And you can still throw fireballs underwater, which is always funny. Just take your time. The section is not as hard as some of the earlier sections, so definitely be careful. In fact, I'm going to use the firepower to my advantage, so I don't even have to worry about them. Luckily, that blooper is going away for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but not complaining. Go in this pipe, and you're in the last section. The maze part is pretty much over, although I think that second pipe right there can lead back to the beginning. There's one last get Hammer Bro guarding Bowser, but use fireballs to take him out if you have it. If you're small, I'd recommend getting past his hammers and then standing right next to him, and once he jumps, run under him and then just make a leap for it, even if the Podoboo might not be cooperative. Definitely use fireballs if you have them. There's one last Podoboo in your way, and then here's the real Bowser. He can be defeated by the same number of fireballs, and he can breathe fire and throw hammers, so it makes him much more deadly. But as you can see, he's the real deal Bowser. And congratulations, you've just beaten 8-4, the final level of the entire game. Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. We present you a new quest. Push B button to select a world. Okay, that took a while. World 8 is a doozy, and I feel like some of it was just my silliness, and also some of it was unfair hits in the cheap section, but that's beside the point. That you don't need to hear about that. But I just wanted to be clear with you, this was not my first attempt. World 7 was very quick, World 8, no. Anyway, but I've had a lot of fun making this walkthrough. This is just final thoughts, so if you want to leave now, that's the end of the walkthrough part, at least of this video. And I'm just going to be telling my thoughts on this. So this is just going to be rambling, so if you want to go ahead and leave the video, go ahead. I've had a lot of fun making this series. I found a lot of secrets that I didn't even know about. The whole secret one-ups, by getting all the coins in -3 levels, that was actually news to me. Also, by the way, 8-3, I don't think that applies. That's why I didn't mention it this time. Anyway, yeah. I learned a lot of new things about this game, and I like going through the game, no death, no damage, specifically no damage, because no death was like a requirement in my opinion for a walkthrough, but no damage was kind of fun to go through as well, and I really hope this helped people. I really hope everyone enjoyed this. It was enjoyable for experienced players, helpful for inexperienced players, and I just hope you all had fun and enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I learned a lot of new things about this game, and basically, this series is over. I'm going to have a few more bonus videos that are going to be very short, basically telling about one trick that's very helpful for people playing the NES version if you don't use restore points or save states, which, in my opinion, I'd recommend not doing that because it's more legitimate. But if you want to use those, you can. But I'm going to do a video about a trick you can use if you don't want to be cheap and use handicaps like that. And I'm also going to do videos showing the warp zones off. I think that's all I'm going to show. There is a second quest, and let me go over that right now. Like I said, this is just rambling. You don't have to listen to all this. But the second quest is essentially a slightly harder Super Mario Bros. 1. It's nothing to write home about. There's almost no difference. Some of the platforms are smaller. Goombas turn into Buzzy Beetles, which is probably the worst thing that the hard mode does, and even that's not that bad. Buzzy Beetles and Koopa Troopas walk faster. Some of the stages that have an easier version and a harder version, the easier version becomes the harder version. There's a few other changes, I'm sure. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's basically the same game, and it's nothing to write home about. If anyone watches this at some point and wants me to do that, I might be down for it. I could go through it quickly. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go for no damage or no death on it, and I'd probably just do it in one video, but I don't intend to do that. It's pretty much the same game, and it's not even that much harder. In fact, I think it's almost negligible. Like, it's probably one of the easiest hard modes I've ever played in a game, if I'm being honest, and it's pretty much negligible. But yeah, I'm probably not doing that, but I did explain what hard mode essentially was with the new quest. Basically, though, before I end off, you can also, now that we have hard mode, your quest is over, we present you a new quest, push the B button to select a world. Press the B button on the NES controller, or whatever controller you were using, and now that we're on the title screen, we can basically world select. We can pick what world. Now, I think if you reset the game, this goes away. Because see, we still have our coins and score, so I think if you reset the game, this goes away. But basically, we can pick which world, and if we press start, we'll start on that world. And you can go from world 1 through 8. And note, it is the difficult version. It will always be the difficult version, but you can pick any world you want. It's world select, and you'll be playing hard mode, second quest. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate you so much for watching. I've had a lot of fun making this walkthrough, and I hope this was helpful. If anyone wants me to do hard mode, I'm down for it. I mean, I could go through it like in the blink of an eye. I'm not going for secrets and all that. I wouldn't be doing as walkthrough kind of a video. It'd be just a fun, casual playthrough if you wanted me to. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. I've explained second quest. I have a few more videos in store. Like I said, short little small videos about stuff. And that's basically it. I dearly, dearly hope this helped and you enjoyed, and I'm sorry for all this rambling, but I warned you, so I don't feel bad, because I did warn you that there's going to be a lot of rambling, and the walkthrough part was over. And I'll see you for those few bonus videos. If you can even call them bonus videos, they're more so just guide videos that I didn't show off in the main game. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and I appreciate you so much for watching. Thank you, and good night. I'll see you soon. Take care.